This is Jessica Daniels, and this is my CIE Bootcamp final project. I'm going to present on Power Automate. So earlier today, during the introduction, several of you mentioned an interest in how we could automate, or if it was possible to automate some of the repetitive tasks that we do throughout the day to save some time. And we can using one of the Office 365 apps called Power Automate. And so first I want to demo to you what I was able to set up very quickly with a template. And then after I show you what it does, then we'll take a look at how quickly you can set one up too. Okay, we'll walk through that together. So up here on the screen right now, you'll see my planner, and this is the planner I use for my daily to-dos. I have a new in progress, complete, and on hold buckets, and I shuffle my tasks back and forth as needed. Currently, there's nothing open because I wanted it to be really easy for you guys to spot when the new one came in. So I just kind of closed everything out to keep it clean and simple. And so I don't know about you guys, but I get a lot of my tasks via email. And so I set up an automation so that when I flag an email in my Outlook desktop app or on the online app, either one, when I flag them using the little red flag that you see here in my email list, it will automatically create a task for me in my planner so that I can follow up later. So to demo that, I'm just going to come here to my inbox, and these first two here that you see, I need to take care of. So I'm going to flag both of them in my Outlook email. So as you're going through your emails, you would just flag this. Oh, need to follow up on this, need to follow up on this, and you flag the ones you know you need to follow up on. So I'm going to minimize my Outlook app, and I'm going to come over here to my planner, and sometimes this takes a bit. So let me refresh and see if they're here yet, but if not, we'll give it some time. So let's give it some time. You guys open up your, go to office.com while we wait and find your apps. And so we're wanting to look for something called Power Automate. And this is what the little icon looks like. If you don't see it in the abbreviated list of apps, click the Open All Apps, and then you'll find it in this list. And you want to click on that link. I already have mine open, so I'm just going to pop over there while you guys join me. And you're going to get to this landing page. And I'm going to let you guys explore this for a little bit while we wait for my planner to populate with my task, because as you can see, they have some featured template collections. And so if you work with your sales team a lot, you might want to click into there and look at that, or for productivity type things. So just explore this for a moment. I'm going to be quiet here for just a minute to let you explore this page a little bit. And then we'll take a look and see if my planner has populated, okay? Okay, so now that you've had just a little bit of time to explore, no one had any questions. So I'm going to click over here on my flows. Now, if you go to yours, you won't have any yet, but that's why we're here. Mine, I have quite a few set up. Some of them I was trying out different features and different things and just playing with it, trying to figure out how it all worked. But the one that I'm using right now to demo for you is called Create Planner Task for Flagged Emails. And if I click this open, you get this kind of a summary type page where it tells you every time that it's run, was it successful or not. And it also tells you when you created it, different statistics on it. And what you were going to want to do is click into edit to see the steps. And so essentially you're just building out each step as you go. Now, if you use a template, all of these will be pre-populated for you, and you will just need to go in, click each one, and then fill out the details. So I wanted it to send a task when I flagged an email that's in my inbox, but you could get very granular with this. If your inbox has multiple folders, And you can see I have several folders besides my inbox. I could have chosen any one of these top level folders, or I could have gone in and chosen a subfolder within that folder. Okay, so you can get very granular or you can get very generic. It's up to you how you want to set up your workflow, right? So I'm just going to X out of that because I don't want to change anything. Once I've set that, this one, I didn't have to change a thing. It's getting your ID from your Outlook so that it knows whose account it is. This is grabbing the subject line from your email. It's checking to see how long it is. And then based on how the length, it will create the task with the subject line as the title. And here you can see I've asked it to go to Jessica's Tasks Planner. I could have chosen any of the other planners that I have access to, right? That I have permissions to look at. But I wanted it to go into mine. I wanted it to put the subject line as the title. And then I wanted it to go in the new bucket. So it's asking for bucket ID. I could have chosen one of my other buckets if I wanted to. If you wanted to have an email bucket so that you know that it came from your email, you could designate that all of your flagged emails go to your email to-do list. Okay, so you can set it up almost however you want. And then the rest of these fields I didn't have to do anything with. They were all pre-populated. And then I will click Save. So let's pop over to my planner really quick and see if these have populated. Let me refresh my screen. And there you go. Need info and the service ticket. And I think this one's here because of an earlier test run I did, but essentially it's just a duplicate. So as you can see, here are my two tasks that I entered simply by clicking the flag here in my email inbox. And as simple as that, you can automate this task without having to manually go over and create a task for yourself. Now you can also do attachments. You can transfer lots of things from your email over to your planner. The one I showed you was very simple. It just puts the title in the subject field. Nothing very complicated. But if you go back to your Power Automate and go back to the home, you can see you can peruse through all of these templates and find lots of things. So for example, if we go into the productivity examples, you can see here, manage your email attachments. You can save them to your OneDrive automatically. You can save them to a SharePoint library automatically. You can manage your calendars with different to-dos. If you don't like using Planner, there are other options for other task lists like Todoist. You can integrate Google Calendar. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with Power Automate. It's very powerful. Now, if you want to see more templates, just list it all out in this left menu. You can definitely get to all of them. And they're categorized by different things. You can search by different items. So if you wanted to see all the different integrations that you can do with Teams, maybe you want to set up some approvals. So one of your team members submits a document for approval, and it automatically notifies you via Teams that you have a document waiting to be reviewed. And then when you perform the approval and maybe you drop it into an approved folder in SharePoint, then it will notify via Teams that the approval has been completed. So there's lots of things you can do with this. The sky's the limit, really. And there are so many templates that you could go through and just getting ideas of what you could possibly do with this tool. It's very powerful, and I encourage you all to explore this page because there's so many things you could do with this. There's lots of potential for Power BI, for all of the apps. So please look through this and see if there's anything that you're interested in, and we could definitely follow up with you at some point in the future.